If you feel like you're in a sales slump right now, give me the next 9 minutes and I will fix it for you not only today, but hopefully forever. Now, I understand that's a really big promise, so I want you to look at this with me. This is August of 2025. We did $56,000 in sales, the all-time low of the last 14 months or so. We then go on to do 81 in September, 99,000 as of today in October, and it's only the 22nd. We still have 2 weeks to go and could see that getting as high as $120,000 just this month. Now, if there's anybody to listen to on the internet about a sales slump, I literally thought the business was going to end. I have a voice message to my co-founder where I was like, hey man, I think the economy, I think tariffs, this, that, whatever it is, right? That whatever headlines I'm reading, I literally thought this might be the end of the business. And if you're feeling that way too, I want to reassure you that now is not the time to start thinking that way. And in fact, you have the power to fix it. And I want to show you exactly how to do that in this video so that this last quarter for you is a home run and not a time to get scared and think that things have gone bad. Because let me tell you, there is plenty of money out there in the marketplace and you are bound to get some if you listen to what I'm going to talk about in this video. So let's go back to June on the Calendly here and look at what we were doing. 23 created events, 17 completed events. Of those, 4 canceled, right? So this is not good. This is step number 1 that we need to fix. And again, this is back in June of 2025. Let's go ahead to today. So if we even just do the last 4 weeks, for example, we'll do the last 30 days. How about that? We are at 127 created events and 99 completed events. Really, really solid stuff. So that's step 1 is we have to find a way to get more meetings on the calendar. Closing those meetings is a whole nother thing. But if you're only doing like 10, 15, 20 meetings a month and you're not seeing the closes that you're after, it means you're just not doing enough volume. So let's go back over to Instantly and look at what's going on over there. This is where the pipeline starts. And if you've been following any other videos on this channel, you know we get really high response rates with our cold email. I don't see any other way to do that. Check out the other videos if you're curious about it. But let's go back and look a little bit further, right? So right now we're at 14%, about 500 opportunities, give or take, each 4 weeks. Let's go even back to the last year though. Look at this scatteredness that we were seeing in somewhere like June, right? Some days we're sending a bunch of emails, some days we're not, but it actually looks pretty bare, okay? So step 1 was getting a campaign manager in place, okay? We needed to take this little horrible situation of some wins and some losses and then weeks of not sending and weeks of sending, and we needed to turn it into what you start seeing right here at the end of August, actually about halfway through August, right when things started to turn around. Just in time, we're starting to send plenty more emails, right? Look at this green right here. That really represents money coming in. Those are all the total replies. And some days we're seeing as many as, 90 total replies. And some days we're seeing as low as 20 total replies. And so you want to have that going on. If you can't get there, it's not going to help you until we move on to the next step, which is getting these things converted. Go ahead and check out my Fig Jam here. This was the old way we were doing it. So back when I got my worst results of almost a $50,000 month, which for us was not good, by the way, we were just doing this, right? Instantly positive responses. So these things right here, and we were trying to book them directly into Calendly. And as you can see here, we were getting a 6.3% book rate. Whoa, not so good, because these positive responses are not very, easy to come by. Like you actually need to book those meetings, okay? So check this out. We're going to move on to the new version. And this is really what I spent July and August and September working on that's now going to give us this $120,000 or $110,000 month that we're likely to have in October, maybe even $150,000 in 1 month by the end of the year. So let's take a look at this new system, okay? So Instantly, we now needed to put in a campaign manager. That's step 1. You have to have the GTM systems, the go-to-market strategy, with somebody who is launching multiple campaigns per day, if not one big one, right? Lots of emails need to be going out, and you need to be getting a 10% and 8%, all the way up to maybe a 15% reply rate like us. I know that's not easy for everyone, but if possible, get the systems in place to do at least 400 to 800 to 1,000 sales opportunities a month, depending on your offer. That's step 1, okay? Then what we're doing is we have those instantly AI positive responses. Those are coming in. We're now integrated with the response agent. This has helped so much, right? So instantly launched their response agent and it handles all the positive responses. Just getting this thing kind of dialed in was huge. Okay. Getting that to actually respond to emails in under 3 minutes from when they sent the initial sort of positive response, absolutely massive. Then we move on to Mama's Crockpot. Okay. This is just like where all the leads go. It's a warming tray. It's a crock pot. It's to get them kind of warmed from this sort of cold operation of cold outreach, getting them a little bit warmed up for the sale. So this crock pot situation is huge. It's Loom video setters, kids out there that just want to set appointments by doing Looms, calling, texting, whatever they need to do to take these positive responses and get them booked on the calendar. This is where the prospects are responding and asking questions about the offer and kind of just getting the feel for what they're up to. And then there's also the VSL page as part of this too. Your video sales letter, it's the endless scroll of proof and case studies and testimonials that they can have a look at. Now, what's happening right here is my response agent is sending people directly to the VSL immediately when they first respond, okay? So that's happening right off the bat. And guess what? 12% of the meetings that you just see on any given month, we're booking pretty consistently about 100 meetings per month, right? Even if we go back a little bit further and do like 60 days, that's going to probably be about 200 completed events. Hit the nail on the head with that, right? About 12% of those are coming directly from instantly responding and just booking them. They don't even need to get a Loom video. They don't even need to ask any more questions, right? VSL page, and that's going directly to Calendly. Now, what else is happening though is we are sending the lead right to the Loom setters. They can go in there and they can actually get those leads assigned to them. This actually triggers some response agent this way too. Check this out. This is happening where prospects are actually asking questions with the response agent. So it's actually a two-way road where this thing has all the information it would ever need to respond to prospects. They're going back and forth with the response agent. Prospect is responding, asking questions. Hey, what about this? What about this? Sometimes when we get closed deals, you are literally seeing 20 items in a thread, meaning that there was a lot of conversation that happened. That's huge. That's what Mama's Crockpot is all about. Okay. Then finally, right, they will jump to the VSL page and actually book through Calendly. Okay. And that's where we're getting all these book calls from. So we go from this, right, 6% book rate, just getting enough calls on the calendar is a huge challenge, to this, which is now booking at a much higher percentage. In fact, I don't even know what it is off the top of my head, but I can tell you really quickly. And then we'll take 89 completed events, right? Those are completed showed calls. 489 is 20%. We literally went from 6.3% book rate to a 20% book rate with this strategy, getting the calls on the calendar, people showing up, ready to pay, ready to get started. This system that I'm showing you guys right here involves 4 to 5 new team members, okay? Now let me be insanely clear with you for a moment, okay? If you're running a digital service, an agency, a SaaS product, you need to be taking risks with the people that you hire. And even then there's incentivized structures where we really don't pay anybody unless we're getting the result. That's the beautiful part about it. But if you look back even 25 years ago, business is about taking risk, okay? And so when you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like the business is about to go under and the world's going to end, and you see the thumbnails, you see the headlines, right? Remember, that's actually a time to go aggressive with your hires, with your systems, right? Hiring a campaign manager, hiring Loom setters, hiring better salespeople. Like that's how we're actually getting out of this and scaling. And so it's not about you doing more or even doing better. It's about you going one level higher, which I had to learn the hard way. Before this, you guys, I was doing all my own setting, all my own sales, trying to manage all the cold email stuff. And I got to be honest with you, you're just not that good at it. Like you're just not that organized of an entrepreneur. At least I wasn't. And so it takes a little bit of risk to get the reward and the time to actually get on this wagon and take a little bit of risk and get those core team members in place. It's when you least want to do it. And that's just the reality of business. You guys, I hope this video was helpful. Let's see you triple your book rate in the next month and let me know how it goes. We'll talk to you later.